Hello, graduating class of 2018. I am your salutatorian, Raymond Borden. But what exactly does that mean, class salutatorian? Well, after today, not much. After all, I only figured out how to pronounce the word a month ago. I kept referring to myself as the salad instead, which I ask you all to do the same. Sounds catchier, don't you think? For today, it means I'm the person with the second highest GPA in our class. Now, does that matter? Well, that means I'm up there with Michelle Obama, Albert Einstein, and Dr. Seuss. Not too shabby, I'll have to say. And to celebrate my fellow salutatorian, Dr. Seuss, I'll jot my speech down with rhymes so obtuse. There are many ways one could describe this moment. You're sad you have to leave this all behind, excited for new beginnings, or relieved it's all over. You're sad that you're leaving, it's a shame you have to go, but no more homework or classwork, how could you say no? Let us come together to reminisce your time here at Northeast that you'll miss. Although some negative Nancys may say to themselves, I learned nothing here, you all are below me. The school, the shops, and the teachers are phony. But that couldn't be more wrong. Northeast as a vocational school gave you an experience no regular high school could. Whether you like it or not, you grew from your time here. So don't waste your time with your jocks and your jeers. I remember 4 years ago when I learned I had to go through the exploratory program, I was initially like, really? I felt that there was no knowledge any shop could impart, because it was drafting that had all of my heart. But it was a pleasant experience, mainly because I was so horrible at everything else. Yes, I know, but bear with me. In metal fabrication, I could not weld in a straight line. A fool I was and a danger combined, for each time I forgot to put on my welding mask, I felt the shock of a full-on solar blast, which was a lot, by the way. I wasn't the brightest. The auto shops were hell. I wish they were over, as I could not identify the fender, the bumper, or the motor. In Cosmo, I found myself struggling with simple French braids. Oh, how could I have survived in all of these trades? Now, 4 years later, as I'm standing up here, it hit me. My shop is mine, and engineering skills are mine to hone. But to solder, bake, and draw are skills all of your own. These rhymes, I see you all react with a groan. A break I will take as this is starting to become annoying. A moment you are not, but I'm most certainly enjoying. While the shops themselves are great, we're also blessed with some of the greatest shop instructors that anyone could ever hope for. Even though this day is for us, I personally want to thank my shop teachers, Francisco Skelton, Scott Golden, and Sean Callanan, for not retiring before this year so I could have the honor of being a student. Thank you. The instructors of other shops deserve so much praise too. I've always looked up to Mr. Young in design and visual, truly one of the nicest people you can meet. Mr. Stewart and Mr. Butler in the STEM program really made that day of the week special for me. And I personally aspired to be like Morty in culinary, even though I've never met him. He's just a really great guy. So this is it, the climax of the speech. Here I get to make the broad philosophical statements about how this is just the beginning, and maybe insert a quote from Seuss's The Places You'll Go. I'll pass. If someone's gonna make corny rhymes, then it better be me. And I can't be the only one who is sick and tired of hearing about college in the future. Seriously, to my classmates going directly in the trades, I envy you. The rest of us are left with 4 more years, and those in the medical fields, even longer. This is one of the few schools where you can proudly yell, I'm not going to college, and still not be considered a disappointment. Which honestly, should be the same in all schools. Oops, sorry, get into the philosophical stuff. Let's finish before I actually add a Dr. Seuss quote. To send you all off, here's my quote that will hopefully maybe become important when I'm famous. You did it, and whether by stumble or stride, you'll do what you have to do to get by. For the brain is not for getting A's and B's, but for seizing on those lifetime opportunities. That's what college can't teach you and why it's overrated. You don't need a degree to be celebrated. That's my knowledge I impart to you, and with my final rhyme, the salad bids thee adieu. Thank you so much.